All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, lovely ladies. Let us do this. Just a quick mic check. Once we have some people online. Okay, we have one online. Can you just quickly send me a comment or post a comment if you can hear me? Just a quick mic check if you've just joined me. I can see you're online. One person there. Just a quick one. Can you send me a comment if you can hear me? All right. All right, just a quick one. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to your Sculpt Pilates session. Just a quick one here. Can you please send me a comment real quick if you can hear me loud and clear, just so I know that the mic is on. I know it's on, but just so that you're able to hear me. So if you can quickly leave me a comment. All right, good morning. Hey, Farina. How's the sound check, Farina? Perfect. Thanks so much, girl. Awesome. All right, ladies. My favorite day, Friday. Actually, I don't have any favorite days. Welcome to your Sculpt Pilates session. Week 1, we have made it this far. We've got 3 sessions down. I will be posting a mobility, flexibility stretch routine. Nonetheless, it's going to give you a good burn as well. On the, oh my God, they just decided to start crying as soon as this video started. But anyway, I will be posting on the weekend another video that you can go through if you're feeling a lot of pain, if you're feeling a little bit more tight than usual. It's a great recovery session, but it's good. It's still got that little bit of a burn in there as well. So in today's class, it is a sculpt. So the difference between our sculpt and our regular Pilates mat or mat Pilates is during your mat Pilates, you will notice that I like to take it really slow with your tempo and breathing and understanding how the breath is in control of the movement and vice versa. Okay. With sculpt, it's not like I want you to lose focus of that breath. However, you will be working through a little bit more a faster repetition. Okay, so you're going through the sequence a little bit faster, so your body is able to tolerate that lactic acid buildup from the high repetitions. Okay, so that is the sculpt. You're going to feel a little bit more lactic acid or the burn sensation in the muscles around the upper, the lower. Your entire core is going to be on fire today, but I want you to try and challenge yourself to push through that burning sensation in your muscles. Okay, once you do that, your body is going to go through a lot of progress. That is lengthening, sculpting, toning, those words coming into the entire sequence. Okay, so with today's session, we're going to start standing. We'll get into a really quick mobility warm-up, and then we'll get straight into it. Just a quick time check, just so I know I'm getting I'm starting online 9:30 so that everyone else can join in. Let me just see how many I have on. Perfect. I've got 6. Lovely. Awesome. So the routine today, just a reminder, some of you have sent me messages, which I really appreciate. The feedback helps tailor these programs so that it better suits your fitness level as well as your movement restrictions. So if you feel that whenever you're bracing on your knees and you're feeling a lot of tension through the knees, you're more than welcome to stand, or you can sit and still perform the arm sequence if you can. Otherwise, standing, grab a chair as well if you need to, so that you can still get that hinge pattern without hurting your knees. You can also hinge while you're sitting on your chair, just so you know, working the glutes and the hamstrings still without compromising on your lower back. So if that's you, if it's your knees, if it is your hand and you find that you tend to feel a lot of pain around the wrist, it's such a small joint and it's bracing your entire body weight on. Sometimes we push our weight into our wrists. If that is you, feel free to get on your knuckle, which is a lot stronger, and you are more likely to keep that vertical wrist, which is really important when it comes to bracing off the hands. Okay, so keeping that vertical wrist on your knuckles is a great way to move through the hand movements, or you're more than welcome to get on your forearm. Whenever you're doing an exercise of your forearm, just making sure that you've got that shoulder stacked right above the elbow, and it's not sticking out or it's not sticking underneath close to your rib cage. Okay, now let us get straight into our warm-up. We are at 9:28 right now. I've got 6 women online, and oh, lovely, and 74 joining in later. So we've got 80 members, 80 online subscribers, which I am so appreciative of. Like you ladies are following these workouts online, and you need that extra motivation and to push yourself to actually do the workout online with me. And I really appreciate you subscribing to my workouts and spending 1 hour, 3 days a week with me online. All right. Without further ado, let's get this show on the road, sisters. Our first one here, I want you to lie on your back. We're going to get into some windshield wipers or some windmills. You're going to lie on your back. Actually, I'm going to turn this way so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So with these ones, if you can bring your feet wider than your hips, your back glued into the mat. And what you're going to do here is going to tilt or pivot side to side, and allowing that right knee as you're twisting to the left and the left knee as you're twisting to the right to come towards the floor, or to move towards the floor as low as possible. Sometimes you'll feel that really good click in the back like I just did, and you're just opening up the front of your hips, but also loosening up the back muscles, okay? Don't force the movement, just be fluid with this one. I understand a lot of women have limitations after birth, after having kids, and if that's you, don't feel like you need to rush into this. Take your time and allow your body to move when it is ready to move. Then that's where you'll start to see a lot of change. All right, fantastico. All right, our next one, if you can bring your hands up over your head. This one's just a really quick movement. You're not using core or any of those muscles. It's just a really good stretch in the back of your legs. So alternating, so it's a bit more dynamic rather than a static hold. All right, so point your toe up to the ceiling, pulling up, and your arms are also warming up through the shoulder girdle, bringing it forward and back with that plane of movement. Fantastic. All right, now we're going to rotate our arms down to the side and up over the head. Just a little bit of rotation here through the girdle, coming down and up over your head. And then slowly we're going to turn over onto our front. The elbows are directly underneath or close to your rib cage, and you're going to swing the legs. So that opposite movement that we were doing as we were lying on our back, we're going to do this while twisting, pointing our toe and trying to get a bit more rotation around your spine. Lovely. Twisting side to side. Alrighty. Now your hands come a little bit closer to your chest. You're going to push up into that lovely cobra and then straight into that child's pose. And we're going to do this. A few more of these. Oh my goodness. And just thinking about that belly button stretching out. Whew, that's nice. As you are pushing away from the floor. So bringing it in. Nice, slow cobra. Oh. And then stretching out. You can sit a little bit lower if you need to, but otherwise we're just trying to warm up the chest, the arms, as well as the entire core. Warming the muscles out or up around here. All right, just hold in that position, and you're just going to drop your hips side to side. All right. It doesn't look pretty. It's fine. It's just a warm up. You're just dropping your hips side to side. Keep the elbows slightly bent so you're not hurting your wrists. Side to side. Now bring your knees in closer to directly underneath your hips. You're going to thread that needle up to the sky and underneath that shoulder. Lovely. Bringing it straight back up, making this one a really good dynamic stretch rather than a static hold. Opening up the chest for the last one. Oh, that click before you come over to the other side. Deep breath in, open up the chest. If you need to widen the knees, go ahead and do that to allow the upper body to feel that stretch a little bit more, and it's not restricting your movement in your spine. One last one here, and down. All right, fantastic. If you can tuck your knees in, or your feet in, you're going to roll up the spine, all right? You're going to push the hips up into the ceiling, up to the ceiling, and you're going to paddle your heels onto the floor. So try and bring heel at a time towards the mat and feeling that really deep stretch in the back of your legs. And then slowly you're going to walk your hands away from the floor. Keep that slight bend in your knee. And what you're going to do here is you're going to hug your hands and you're just going to rock side to side. And just allowing your lower back to relax. So keep that knee bent and push your hips back and just rocking side to side. And do 3 more of this. Lovely. And 2, 1, fantastic. Bring in your hands out in front of you, and then vertebra by vertebra, you're going to tuck that tailbone in and pull the back up 1 vertebra at a time. Whew, wunderbar, lovely, awesome. All right, so we've got our first sequence coming up. How are you all feeling? Are you ready for this? Bum, bum, bum. Yes, me and Sierra were having a good time this morning, getting my vibes up. We start with a standing sequence. Now, with this one, I want your hands, all right? Your elbows are tucked into your ribs. You look like a W. You look a little bit funny. You look cool. You're going to have your palms facing up towards the ceiling, or at least towards your ear, all right? So it's a little bit of a slant there. You're about 45 degrees at the elbows and not a full 90, okay? So tuck that elbow in. What you're going to do is, what I look from the side, fancy, I'm getting into a squat, and then I stand straight up. We're going to do 5 of these squats, all right, before I add on. Fantastic. Take a deep breath in and exhale to the top. Lovely. I've got clicking knees. And I'm glad that I get to do these sculpt sessions, taking it easy for my heavy weights. I do 1 heavy lift a week and maybe 2, but in between my Pilates comes first as well. All right, we're gonna go for 3 more like this, and watch. On my 3rd one, I hold my squat, I raise onto the front ball of my foot, I bring my hand out, I bring it straight back in together. Simultaneously working here. If you can extend the arm and come onto the front of your foot, we're working with the right side first, okay? So from the front, just showing you here, I'm gonna get into the squat, raise to the front of the foot, extend that arm, bring it straight back in. You're not alternating here. We're focusing on the right side first. And exhale, deep breath in, exhale, deep breath in, exhale at the top, okay? So allowing your breath to go and get in sync with your movements, to follow through, will allow your body to work hard without thinking it's working hard, all right? It's just a little bit of a mind game here. I'm gonna go for 5 more like this. 3 to go. Nice work. And the last one. All right, now we come out, we bring it in, and you're going to stand up nice and tall, lean to the side. So you're going to lean over to the left, all right? Keep that elbow tucked in still. We're working with the right oblique. Bring it back down into my squat, out to the side, bring it straight back in. Now I want you to move a little bit faster, okay? Pulling out through that right wrist. Pull the arm out so you can lengthen the sides of your body. Fantastic work. Stay with me here. We're going up in 3. We're going to hold that position at the top. And 2. And 1. Hold at the top. All right, if you need to find some stability, slightly bend that knee. Hand tucked in still. This is what we're going to do. We're going to bring our knee to our elbow. A little bit of stability here, but like I said, tighten that tailbone, keep that knee slightly bent, elbow tucked in, knee to the elbow, reaching up nice and tall. Pointing that toe so you can allow the weight of your body to sit on that left leg. We're working left with a bit of tension and the right oblique here. Fantastic. We're going to go for 3 more like this. Reaching up for a breath and exhaling as you bring them together. And the last one, hold that position. All right, bringing it out. Now we're going to jackknife on the side, all right? What it's going to look like. I bring it straight out to the side. If you want, hold on to something for a bit more stability, the wall, the chair, whatever works for you. Hold in that position. I want you to squeeze your right oblique as you're bringing them together. And kick. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. 6 more like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold this position. All right, just a slow pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into your squat. Up over your head. Nice work. All right, that wasn't so bad, wasn't it? All right, up over your head. Just a little bit of a transition move here before we move to our left side, okay? So 5 more of these, and 4, and 3, and 2. You're doing an awesome job right now. Last one. All right, bring those hands back to that W, that awesome, cool move. Okay, we're gonna get back into our squat, raise to the front of the foot, squeeze your calves, arms extended out to the side, okay? And down, and raise and lift straight back up. Nice work. And combining your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Nice work here, ladies. Awesome. Try and focus, rather than pushing your way to the front of that foot, you're just squeezing your calves up, down, all right? Just thinking about squeezing your calves as you're lengthening through the arms and the entire glute. 3 more like this. Awesome work. And 2. And 1. Bring it in. We reach up nice and tall. We get straight back into that squat, okay? So reaching straight into that squat and down. Reaching up. I want your middle finger to reach as high as it can go. Amazing work. We've got 3 more like this. And 2. I want the left side to work a little bit harder, which is why I'm combining this move. And 1. All right, we're going to hold that position. Okay, if you need to adjust your feet stance, go for it. Obliques are going to work a little bit harder here. Elbow tucked in. Let's go for the knee to the elbow. And reach. And reach. Doing an awesome, fantastic job here. If you need to hold on to something, just making sure it does not affect the weight of your body shifting to the right leg. You want that to stay, and you want to feel that burning sensation as well in the right glute and the right quad. 3 more. And 2. And 1. Let's hold this position. You may turn if you need to. We're going to go for those jackknives, okay? Amazing. Pointing that toe and really lengthening through the muscles in your sides. 5 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold that position. We're going to pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into my squat. Oh my goodness. And 5 more of these before we move into our next sequence. All right, that wasn't so bad. It's just warming up. All right, feel free to shake the legs off. A little bit of the obliques engaged there, which is exactly what we were aiming for. And I love that you stuck with it throughout the entire sequence. Well done. All right, now we get into our forward roll. So this is a really good technique to understand, to learn, and to incorporate into your daily workouts as well if you're not doing them with me. By the way, PS, on Tuesday and Thursday, it's either I do a workout from my virtual Fit with Adeline page, or I just do a weight session downstairs, combining my full body as well. So that's something that I'm doing twice a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and then I have an additional run, just in case you want to see how I split with the weight sessions as well. So with this one, I tuck my chin to my chest, and I'm going to roll my shoulders, allowing that cave in my back. Knee is slightly bent, and I'm just going to try and hang there, tuck the chin in, and then I'm going to roll straight back up, shoulders away from the ear. And again, chin to the chest, Arching through the back, knees are bent, and then rolling up. We're going to do one more like this before we get onto the mat. And shoulders roll. Final one, knees bent, chin to the chest, roll in the shoulders. And from here, with my knees slightly bent, I'm going to crawl my hands away from my feet until my knees drop underneath my hip and my shoulders are nice and stacked above my wrist. Okay, from here, we are going to get into our 4-point extension. So we're just going to start with, if you've ever heard of the term bird dog, it's a yoga. It's practiced in a lot of movements as well in Pilates. So you're going to pull that rib cage in, okay, towards your hip or your pelvic bone to your sternum. Hold that position in a neutral spine. Now you're going to slowly release the left hand and the right foot and straight back in. Amazing. Up. Try your best not to rotate at the hip, okay? Keep the hip bones facing the floor at all times. Tightening that core and reaching up nice and tall. Elongate that neck. Bring that neck nice and long. Shoulders back and down. Fantastic. All right, we're going to hold that position with your arms extended out to the front on your finger, your pinky finger, and your toe is flexed out, okay? We're just going to lift and drop from here. Nice work. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale into the top. Nice work, ladies. Nice control here. All right, so our next one, we are going to bring that hand in, all right? You have two options here. If you can, I want you to practice your push-ups with your foot elevated, or to make this a little bit easier, you're going to keep the foot up as you bring your elbow to the mat, okay? So these two, we've got the chest and the triceps working really hard here. If you want to challenge yourself, I want you to go for that. Otherwise, keeping the leg elevated, you're going to bring your elbow in for that tricep push, okay? That is the modification. And I'm pretty sure you can definitely do all this. If you're doing this off the fingers, off the knuckles, it is the same technique here and the same down here and pushing through the knuckles, all right? We're going to go for 5 of these. Bringing that chest down and straight back up and down and straight back up. Love that movement. All right, your last one here. All right, we're going to add on, okay? As you're coming up, you're going to bring that foot in with your right leg, tuck the toe in, raise the left knee up towards the chest, bring it straight back down, elevate that leg, drop into the push-up, bring it in, tuck your toe in, knee to the chest, okay? Breaking it up here. Elevate the right leg, drop in the chest or the elbow, bring your right toe in, tuck the left knee under. Okay, we're gonna go for 2 more like this. And the last one. All right, on the next one, I love you. We're gonna hold that position and pause for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Tuck that tailbone in, bring the knee up, and we're gonna go side to side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that left knee. Drop to your left forearm, knuckle facing you or out to the side. Your right hand flat on the mat. We're now gonna go for our fire hydrants. So pelvic bone, you'll hear a click in my hip. This is from when I was pregnant with a lot of relaxing in my body. My hip sort of dislocated without me even realizing. But you'll hear a click. If you do, I want you not to move to that clicking sound. So just stop before you hear that clicking in your hip, okay? So that's mine, okay? That's where I can hear that click. I want you to move just before that click happens so you can utilize the glutes working rather than the hips trying to move, okay? The glutes control the hip and the hip controls the glutes. So you have to move together rather than one at a time. So I want you to bring that knee out to the side. We're going for those fire hydrants. Elongate the neck so the shoulders away from the neck. Core nice and tight. Bringing it out to the side for those hydrants. Squeezing the glute. All right. We're going to go for a leg extension in a bit. We're gonna go for 5 more like this. Now pulse and down. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. All right, on your next rep, coming up, kick the heel out. Bring it in. Close that knee in. Up, kick. Bring it in. Keep the knee high. Close that knee in. We're going to go for 3 more like this. Lovely. Kick in. Knee in. Bring it in. Awesome work. Kicking out. Bring it in. Knee close. On your next couple of reps, you're going to come out. Kick. Keeping the knee high. You're going to bring your knee to your elbow and kicking up high. Knee to the elbow, kicking up high. Keep that core nice and tucked in. You got this. Gonna go for 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Point your toe. Sweep your leg to the side. Okay? Sweep it back. Leg to the side. Sweep it back. I want you to look at that toe as it comes out to the side. And sweep it back. And toe to the side. And sweep it back. We've got 4 more like this. And sweep it back. And 3. A little bit faster. And 2. 1. Hold that position. If you want, drop it to the ground. Otherwise, we're going to pulse here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep the heel back. We're going to pulse about 45 degrees from your heel, from your hip, not straight behind. We're going to pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to your side. Bring that leg in. Get a really good stretch. Oh my goodness. Coming up into that mermaid. Right hand to your right shin. Stretching out your sides. Bringing it straight back down. Opening up the other side. All right. We're not done yet. Now that you're on your side, drop your forearm, left forearm to the ground, okay? You're going to straighten that right foot, right leg again. Keep the left knee bent, okay? We're going to get into a lovely stretch out with a side plank, and then you're going to sit back down. I want you, try not to slouch into that side plank. I want you to push that hip away from the mat and your shoulders away from your ear, so you're not touching with that armpit, that arm towards your armpit. Again, we're going to stretch out through the side and then looking up. Now, if you can, lift your hip up and dropping that hip straight back down. Thrusting the hips forward so you can engage your obliques. And straight back down. And up. And exhale. Now, if you want to feel this a little bit harder, make this a little bit harder, you can straighten that bottom leg and coming up, complete full plank here, and then dropping straight back down. Pushing through the shoulders and straight back down. Final 3 here. And 2. And 1. All right, if you are doing these off the knees, getting onto your knee, you're going to bring your knee to your hand in that jackknife, side jackknife here, for 5, for 4. If you're not doing this off the knee, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Flip over onto your forearm. If you're planking off the knees, this is what it looks like. We're going to drop side to side, hip dips. Okay, that's the knee variation. Otherwise, pushing through the shoulders, arching through the spine, drop the hip side to side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop. Stretching out those arms before we move to the other side. Oh my gosh. You have no idea. Well, you probably have an idea right now. The amount of sweat right now is unbelievable. I feel like I'm doing a cardio hit session right now. Okay, 23 minutes in. We are right on time, ladies. If you can, pop that knee right directly underneath the hip, hands directly underneath the shoulders. We're going to start with those 4 points that we did earlier. Starting from the top, remember you can do these off the knuckles if you need to. Otherwise, off the forearms, that's absolutely fine as well. Just as long as you can elongate the body with that 4-point extension in the arms and legs. All right, let's go. This time, you're bracing. You're holding the right hand up and pointing your left foot. bringing it in before you extend out to the side. To allow a little bit more stability, I want you to pull that belly button to your spine each time you float the hands and legs. The hand and leg. Nice work. And inhale and exhale. 3 more like this. Nice control of the hips. Awesome. Hold that position with your fingers out to the front and your toe out to the back. We're just going to lift and drop and lift and drop. Fantastic work. I'll turn this way so you can see how I'm working the other side. Lift and drop. Amazing. Keep going. And up. 3 more to go. And 2. Sometimes I need that extra check of my form as well. And 1. Bringing that hand directly underneath your shoulder. This time, we're going to go for the leg extension only. Okay? Bringing that leg up and straight back down. Going for 5 more like this. And 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something here? What did I do wrong? Our push-ups, dudes. All right. And 3 and 2. Now we incorporate our push-up. Okay, so I want you to keep that tailbone tucked in. You're going to either drop the forearm, which is a lot easier, or you're going to keep that leg elevated. You're going to drop your chest forward. You should feel this in your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. Okay, so leg raise, drop into the push-up, straight back up. We haven't added the knee tuck yet. Okay, we're going to go for 3 more like this. Raise, drop, straight back up. Last 2. And last 1. Now, left toe tucked in. Drive the right knee up towards the chest. Arch the back. Bring it down. Raise that toe. Bring it into the push-up or the elbow drop. Tuck that toe of your left foot. Bring that knee in. All right, let's go for 3 more. A little bit faster if you can. And up. Tuck it in. And final 2. And final 1. Tuck it in. Let's go for our next push-up. You know what's coming. We're going to hold this position in pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing up. Tuck that knee in. We're going to go side to side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. We are turning and just stretching out a little bit here. If you want, you can stretch out with your knees tucked in into that child's pose. Pop your right forearm underneath your shoulder. All right. And this time, your left hand stays completely flat on the mat. We are going to go with our hydrants. With my left side, with your left side or your right side, you'll find one side is a little bit more flexible than the other side. Tightening that core, elongate that neck, that lovely long neck, and we're going to bring that knee out to the side without rotating at the trunk, okay? So knee out to the side. So think about the patella, the front of your knee coming out to the side. All right, keep going until I count you down. Just a bit of breathing here to control my reps and my reps to control my breathing. They rely on each other. Fantastic work. 5 more. Like this before we add a little pulse, okay? And 3, and 2, and 1. Pulse, pulse, bring it in. Only 5 like this with the pulse. And 3 to go. 2 pulses. And the last one. All right, we come up, we kick out, we bring it in, we close the knees. Up, kick with the heel, bring it in. Try your best not to move and rotate that hip bone. You want it to stay nice and stable as you're kicking that hip out. 3 more like this. Amazing work. Keep the obliques nice and tight. Fight that urge to move. Final one. All right, we hold that position. We bring it to the knee. This time you can rotate and look if you need to. Extend the leg about 45 from your hip, 45 degrees from your hip. Kick that heel up. Bring it in. Kick that heel up. Oh my gosh, the sweat is real. Amazing work. You can do this. You've done harder things in your life. This is nothing. You're freaking unbreakable, unstoppable, and you're going to remind yourself that every single time we do one of these routines. And 2. And 1. Hold that position. Extend the leg out. Sweep back. Sweep to the side. Keep the knee high so you don't lose contraction of that booty. Let's go out to the side, lifting back. Out to the side and lifting back. Your obliques, your core, your bum, everything should be on fire here. Your arms, your shoulders. 3 more like this. 2. 1. Hold that position. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to the side. Oh my goodness. Check out the sweat. Nice deep stretch here. Bring the left hand to the left shin as you're folding that leg into your mermaid stretch. Oh my goodness. We're not done yet, remember? We have a side plank variation to go through. Pop that left forearm underneath your body. Left leg straight, right knee bent, okay? So with this one, try not to slouch into the side plank. Push your oblique away from the mat, okay? We're going to start with the hip thrusting forward. Into this side plank, I reach up nice and tall. I sit straight back down. My body is still completely straight and working my obliques as I'm pushing my hips forward rather than back, okay? Keeping both the pelvic bone facing the front. And I reach up nice and tall. Remember, if you want to make this a little bit harder, coming up onto both foot and dropping the hip, looking down. Reaching up nice and tall and down, pushing away from that shoulder and down. Amazing work. All right, we're going to bring that knee to the elbow, whether you're on your knees. This is what it looks like. You're bringing the knee to the elbow, raising that leg. Sorry, the knee to the hand. Going for 5 more like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. We pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop both your forearms onto the floor. Let's go for our hip dips. If it's off the knees, this is what it looks like. If it's off the feet, let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. OMGG. All right. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. We have 2 more sequences here. We are going to flip over onto our back for some real core work. Hey. You guys are going to feel great during the weekend, I promise. Okay, let's get into some abs. Quick time check here. 32 minutes into the workout. Fantastic. All right, team. Let's lie on our back and let's just stay here for the rest of the workout. Okay, so we've got a really great sequence for your upper and your six-pack area. Plus, we're going to add a bit of the core set muscles, your transverse abdominals. A reminder, I really am concerned whenever someone tells me that their neck hurts. And this is probably why. You're pulling on the head rather than allowing the head to stay heavy in the hands so that your abs can actually work. If you're pushing your head into your hands, it's almost impossible to pull on the head. Does that make sense? And hurting your neck. So try that. Making your head completely heavy in the hand and then just ab curling to feel your upper abs working, as opposed to making your head completely light and then pulling. All right? 2 different ways people do this, and I'd like you to follow my technique where you're keeping the head heavy. Now, we're going to raise our feet. You're going to squash that blueberry with your lower back. If the raising of the feet is too much, I want you to keep it on the toe or the front ball of your foot. not the entire foot flat. I want the lower abs to be biased here, working the lower abs. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice, okay, right side first. Left hand underneath the head to support. Head is heavy. You're pushing into your hand. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my right hand out to the front. I'm going to curl on my abs as I reach for my ankle. Okay, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just allowing that curl and I'm coming to the side. Fantastic. If you're doing this, the harder variation, this is what it looks like. Awesome work. All right, let's go. We're going to go for 5 more like this. Lift your shoulders off the mat and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. All right, hold that position. Now I'm going to raise my right leg up as my right hand is extended. I bring it straight back down. I take a deep breath in, I exhale, I bring them up together as I'm reaching down and across. Same side, okay? If you're doing this the hard way, this is what it looks like. I take a deep breath in, I extend that right leg, I bring it straight back up. And control. Now keep doing this, whether you're lifting the right knee up as you're coming up into that ab curl, or you're extending the leg straight out. I'm doing the harder variation, and I'm pretty sure you can too. If you want, you can pop that left knee on the ground and just straighten the right and bringing it straight back in. We're going to go for 5 more like this. Curling my abs, extending that leg, and 3, and 1. Okay. Now, while you're here, you're going to bring that knee in again, both hands up into that right knee. And this is what we're going to do. Straighten the left leg, bringing it up, all right? Dropping it straight back down, pushing into that leg, bringing it up and straight back down. Nice and control. If you want to modify this movement, keep the knees bent. However, that blueberry is going to be squashed even harder while you're holding this position. Keep that knee, open the palm so you're not holding on to that leg. All right, we're going to go for 5 more like this. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring that foot back down, straighten that right leg, both hands behind the head, and we're just going to drop that right leg, squeeze straight back up into that knee. Straighten the leg, drop. Bring it straight and then to the knee, to the elbow position. Keep going. We're going to go for 6 more like this. And 5. Don't forget, we're breaking up the movements here. And 4. And 3. Woo, the right side. And 2. And 1. Now let's hold that position. Both hand comes over. We're going to go for some hundreds. You can straighten that bottom leg if you need to, but otherwise, pointing both the toes. We're going to go for 5. For 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And hug your knees. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know it. We got to go on the other side. Got to go and move to the other side. Let's go. This time, you're bringing, okay? So your left hand is out to the side, right hand out to the side, right hand holding your head, left hand out to the side. If you're modifying this, this is what it looks like. You're bringing the knee up towards the chest, okay? If you want to advance this exercise, you're going to go in the opposite direction. You're going to straighten the leg and back down. Straighten the leg and back down, okay? So whichever variation you're choosing right now, I want you to focus more on keeping that head heavy in the hand rather than pulling on the head. All right, let's go for 6 more like this. Oh boy, and 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. We hold this position here. We are going to bring our hands to our knees, okay? The other leg is going to do the work for us. Straighten the leg, bring it straight back up. Woo, hold in this position. If you want to modify this movement, bend the knee and bring it straight back up. However, that holding movement that you're doing right now, that static hold, is going to remain while the right side is dropping to the side, to the front, to the back, or up towards your chest. Whatever works for you here. If it's straight out and straight back up, that's the advanced. Oh my goodness. Keep going. And 4. And 3. And 2. Whoo, and 1. All right, pop that foot back down, straighten that other leg. We're going to bring our hands interlaced and locked behind our head. Head is nice and heavy. I straighten that leg down, pointing it to the floor. I bring it up, I twist, and I bring my knee to my elbow. I want you to keep that knee nice and high. Okay, so you're reaching forward more than you are bringing that knee closer to the chest. So reach up and straight back down. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. 3 to go. Whoo, keep it straight and then reaching up. Final 2. Abs are burning. Final 1. Okay, keep it straight. Hands come forward, palms to the ceiling. If you want, you hold this position. If you want to make it a little bit harder, legs straight up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, whatever. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Turning onto my front, get a cobra stretch. Oh my gosh, into my child's pose. And I'm going to stay there and contemplate in life. Oh my goodness. That honestly felt like a saw through the entire center of my abs and just going over and back. It just kept cutting through, a saw through my entire body. Okay, we've got 20 minutes. We've got one more. Oh, I love this sequence. It's going to be good. This sequence, you are going to start on your side, okay? So it's going to be a combination of your upper body, your arms, and your inner thighs, your outer thighs as well. So whenever you have weak knees and you find that when you squat, your knees are internally rotating, what that means is your knees start to cave towards the center of your body. You always need to strengthen the muscles surrounding the knees, okay? So a bit more stability in the knee will allow a lot more stability through the hip. So this next sequence is all about that. All right, let us lie on our left side. Now, any position that you're lying on the left side or planking off the left side, please try not to let the side of, sometimes I forget about my technique because I'm so engrossed in the workout, but you're trying your best to keep a little bit of space in between your sides. So you're pushing and you're engaging your rib cage. So with this one, I'm going to keep my knees, okay? 2 ways you can do this, keeping both knees and feet on the mat, or you're going to lift the toes up, okay? Elbows are in, knuckles up to the ceiling, or you can open up your palms. I'm going to open up my palms for this one. My head is resting comfortably on my bicep. Now, with this one, I bring my palms to face the floor. I am going to open up my knee and my hand simultaneously, okay? Trying your best not to rotate the body, okay? So keep the hip bones facing the front as well as the shoulders nice and stacked. We're going to go for that opening up and closing back down. Keep the feet raised, okay? You can do this. I know you can. I'm going to make this as fast as I can to get through this sequence. Fantastic work. Now we're going to add a pulse. 1, 2, straight back down. And 1, 2, straight back down. 1, 2, straight back down. Keep going. Feeling your glutes working here, outer and inner thighs working together. And last one. All right, now this next one, we're going to bring it down, hold that position. Now your arms are going to go up and squeeze in your shoulder blades. Hold in that position with the legs as the arms start to work. Okay, we're going to go for 10, 9, squeeze in your shoulder blades back and down. 8, hold that position in your lower body. 6, 5, squeeze in the shoulder blades. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. I'm going to hold my hands up to the ceiling. All right, this next one here, you have the choice whether you'd like to just continue with the clamshells, or this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my knee to my knee and then my toe to my toe. All right, watch. I drop my knee down, internally rotating the top leg, and then I bring my toes back together. Hold that position in your upper body and up. We're going to go for 6 more like this. You can do it. A little bit of classical Pilates here. And 5. Keep the knee high. And 4. And 3. And 2. And the last one here. I bring my heels together. I'm going to flex my leg up and I bring it straight back in. I flex my leg back out. I bring it straight back in. If you want a little bit more stability, you can keep your hand on your hip bone so you're not rocking back and forth like how I am trying to avoid doing. Whoo! And straighten the leg and bring it straight back in. Keep the knee high. Straighten the leg and bring it straight back in. We're going to go for 2 more like this. And the last one, open up the knee. Fantastic work. Now, if you can, please pop that right foot behind the left, and we're going to straighten out the left foot to the front. I want you to bring your right hand to the front of your chest, pop yourself up onto that forearm. Now, we're going to raise that left leg up, okay? Trying your best to keep that hip nice and stacked here, and just raising up rather than out to the side, okay? Straight up, working that inner thigh. We're going to go here for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold that position. Top leg goes over. Hold that leg up. Top leg goes back. Over and back. 10, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Bring them together. All right, this is going to be a little harder than usual, but we're going to go in for a reach and straight back over to the side. Try to keep the legs hovering off the floor. Bring it back. Only 5 of these. That's 4 to go. You want, bend the knees. And 3. And 2. And 1. We're going to hold this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pop yourself up. Stretching over to the side. Holy moly. Flipping over. Let's do this on the other side. Oh my gosh. We're almost there. We are almost there, my lovelies. Yes. Turn to the side. Let's get into that side lying position with your ear resting comfortably on your bicep. Remember, you've got a little bit of space there, so you're pushing your ribs away from the mat, so you keep that hip nice and stacked, okay? You have the choice to keep your legs off, feet on the mat, or you can raise the knees, keep the knees on and raise the feet. Now with this one, I'm going to keep my hands, palms are facing down towards the floor. Toes are up. This is what we're doing. We are abducting, coming away from the floor or the center of our body. Amazing work. Hand down, hand back up. Amazing. We're going to go for 6 more like this before we add the pulse. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Let's add the pulses. 1, 2, straight back down. 1, 2, straight back down. You can do this. Come on. 2, straight back down. 4 more like this. And 3. And 2. And the last one. Let's hold that position. Arms come up. Squeezing straight back down. Through the shoulder blades here. Nice work for 5. and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right. Hold the hand up. The knee comes down to the knee. The toes back together. Knee comes down to the knee. The toes back together. Amazing work. Really focusing on the movement through the knees. Knee down and knee high. Toes and knees. Nice work. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We've got 4 more of this. You can do it. And 3. And 2. And 1. I'm going to hold this position. I bring my heels together. I flex them straight out to the back. I bring them straight back in. Inner and outer thighs are working together here in unison. 3 more here. And 2. And 1. Oh my goodness. I am going to pop that left leg behind. I am going to bring myself up into that position, straightening that leg, bringing it so that I'm lying completely on my side and I'm also engaging my lower abs. I bring that right leg up to the side. We'll go for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hold that position. I bring left leg, oh my gosh, over and back. Almost there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I bring them together. This is what you're doing. You're turning to the back of your hip, bringing your feet up. You're turning straight back to the side, reaching up nice and tall, trying to balance off that shoulder and keeping the core nice and tight. Turning to the side, reaching up, turning back to your starting position and hold that plank. All right, I'm turning back. If you want to modify this, knees to the elbow, reaching back down, opening up the chest and the entire body here. And final 3. Oh my gosh. And final 2. And the lucky last one. We pause. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Stretch it out into that mermaid pose. Oh my goodness. It's amazing how you can forget about the pain. Oh my gosh. Ladies, I take my hat and everything off to you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for pushing through that workout with me. My badass women. Amazing. 80 of you. Oh, I was actually aiming for 50, but God is good. And sometimes that's always a reminder for everyone, not just myself, but when you set yourself a goal, always set a goal where you know you can accomplish, but you can accomplish even more. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a 30-minute run. Usually I do a 25-minute run. That's why I set myself a 30-minute run. So 5 minutes extra. What's that going to do? Okay. It's going to actually push you a little bit harder, 5 minutes harder. So if your goal is, around fitness, or if it's around food, then I'm pretty sure you can definitely stick to that extra 5% or 10% working towards. So if it's like, okay, I'm going to focus on 5 days of eating healthier and then 20 days intuitively, maybe you can do 5.5 days of eating healthy. And then you can eat lunch and Sunday out. So just giving you options here. Let's get into that lovely cobra pose here. I like to lift my hips slightly off, but otherwise, this position right here, where you're keeping your forearms on the floor and just pushing your shoulders back and down as you raise your chest, is more than enough for the entire upper body and the mid-thoracic of your spine. All right, hold in that position. Now slowly bring your hands to where your elbows were and then pushing up a little bit higher before you drop your hips to your heels. Amazing work there. That's so good. Please bring your left foot forward and straightening out your right leg. Left leg underneath the hip. Keep it nice and square in the hip. And we're dropping our forearms down to the floor. If this is too much, just stick to that stretch and just embracing the stretch in your lower body. Deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. You know, after my second child, getting into an actual routine, working out, eating healthy, I swear it was the hardest thing I've ever done for my health. It was like what is this really what I want? I would question my decision every single day I wake up. I'm like, I'm so hungry. But that was because, one, I was still breastfeeding. My body had so much in demand. Like I needed to produce milk and I needed to sustain life for myself and my baby. And I was so hard on myself. And if I could go back, I would tell myself, there's no rush. This is not just about the 8 weeks. It's a journey. So yes, I love that people are setting themselves some goals and, you know, working towards it. But at the end of the 8 weeks, it should not be like, oh, what's my next goal? It should be like, how can I sustain this? This is awesome. I feel great. I want to carry on. So bringing back to my journey, when I started, I was just working towards looking great. I wanted to look great. I wanted to feel less insecure. And that costed me a lot for baby and I. And it's something that I will never get back, but at least I can tell you that you can avoid that happening. So rather than being hard on yourself, all of a sudden, whether you have a child or not, just think of it as a journey. You want to enjoy it. You're not going to get this time back to go back and say, man, I was so hard on myself. It's best to do it now. So whether you'd like to follow the meal plan or not, just eat where you know you're feeling happy. Eating from the meal plan, whatever you want to eat, but as long as it's from the meal plan, is going to keep you healthy. It's impossible to have high cholesterol and, you know, hypertension and all like diabetes and all these other chronic related diseases from eating from a healthy diet. Does that make sense? So don't be too hard on yourself. You know, be flexible. Upashna is going for a lovely weekend away, and I'm like, go and have fun with your family. Eat, do whatever it needs to enjoy that moment. Come back. Get back on track. Like there's no way you'll go back to square one if you do that over the weekend. So that's my 2 cents. Just bringing your arms out to the front, hugging both your arms. Thank yourself for pushing through today. Then extend the right or the left, pull to the side. Wrap your shoulders from your ear. Switching over to the other side. I am so proud of all of you for pushing through. If you're coming tomorrow, we have coconuts. We have some lovely hibiscus techies. I'm going to be making some protein balls. So if you're coming for the session, we're going to take some tropical island Pilates princess era. We're going to be taking some photos and making it all fancy. And rather than having 12 people, I've decided to keep it to 10, only because the weather permitting, I didn't want anyone getting wet underneath my in my garage. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and have an awesome Friday. Love you all. Take care.